On Maplewood Street, Sundays were supposed to be sacred. No lawnmowers before 10, no deliveries, no arguments loud enough to cross a hedge. It was the kind of street where neighbors waved without really looking at each other, where problems were discussed politely over casseroles and forgotten by Monday. But at 8:17 a.m. on one particular Sunday, that illusion cracked. The scream was brief, not dramatic, not drawn out, just one sharp, startled sound, like someone had touched an electric fence. Then silence. The birds stopped singing, and every curtain on Maplewood Street shifted at once. Arthur Bennett was found in his front garden, flat on his back, hands slightly curled, eyes open to a cloudless sky. There was no blood, no knife, no shattered object nearby, just a faint, precise bruise on his right temple and an expression that suggested he'd known the person who stood before him when he died. Detective Claire Holloway arrived 26 minutes later. She stepped out of her car and immediately felt it, the stillness. Not the natural kind, but the kind that lingers after something has gone very, very wrong. "Cause?" she asked the first officer on the scene. "Looks like he collapsed," the officer said. "Maybe a fall." Claire crouched beside the body. The bruise was small, circular, precise. She stood up. "People don't scream when they faint," she said quietly. Inside the house, the air smelled of fresh coffee. The kitchen table was set for one, but on the counter sat two mugs. One half full, one empty, but still warm. Claire touched the ceramic and glanced at the wall clock. 8:46 a.m. The mug shouldn't still be warm. She checked the living room. Nothing was disturbed, no signs of struggle. Arthur's phone sat on the side table, unlocked. On the screen was a draft message. "If anything happens, it's..." The rest was blank. Outside, neighbors gathered in small clusters, whispering. Claire started with the closest house, number 9. Daniel Harper answered the door. Early 40s, clean-shaven and calm. Too calm. "Mr. Harper," Claire said evenly. "Did you see Arthur this morning?" Daniel nodded. "Briefly. He invited me over to discuss community matters." "Money?" Claire asked. His eyes flickered. "Something like that." Claire let the silence stretch. "Did you argue?" "No." "And you left when?" 8:15. Maybe a little before. The autopsy confirmed it by early afternoon. Blunt force trauma. Not accidental. The angle suggested someone standing directly in front of him. Close. Personal. The weapon was small, dense, and metal, but it was nowhere to be found. Claire returned to the garden. She noticed a patch of crushed clover near the side hedge, close to the fence separating Arthur's yard from Daniel Harper's. She walked over to the hedge. It was recently and meticulously trimmed, unlike the others on the street. Crouching down, she pushed aside a branch and found it. A narrow gap in the fence, just wide enough for a person to slip through. At 3:12 p.m., Claire requested security footage from the traffic camera at the entrance of Maplewood Street. At 7:52 a.m., it showed Daniel Harper walking toward Arthur's house. But at 8:22 a.m., it showed him jogging down the main road, dressed differently. Different jacket, different shoes. And he was wearing gloves. On a warm Sunday morning, when Claire knocked on Daniel's door again, he was slower to answer. "We found something interesting," she said. "You told me you left at 8:15 through the front door. Then how did you manage to change clothes, put on gloves, and exit Maplewood Street at 8:22? The calm on his face cracked. "You must be mistaken." "We're not," she replied. "Arthur sent an email at 7:30 this morning to the entire Homeowners Association board, scheduled to send at 9 a.m. It detailed irregularities in the Neighborhood Renovation Fund. Funds transferred to an account linked to you." Daniel's jaw tightened. He was bluffing. "No," Claire said softly. "He wasn't." Daniel tried to run, but two officers moved in immediately. He didn't resist. He just sagged. "I didn't mean to kill him," he muttered. "I just needed more time." He said he was done protecting me. "So you panicked?" Claire asked. Daniel's eyes hardened. "No, I calculated." He had brought a small, antique paperweight, solid brass. At 8:16, as Arthur offered him one last chance, Daniel stepped forward and delivered one controlled strike. He dragged the body into position, locked the gate from inside, and slipped through the gap in the hedge. He changed, and then he went for a jog. By evening, Maplewood Street was quiet again, but it was a suspicious kind of quiet. Curtains didn't just twitch, they closed. Neighbors who once exchanged sugar and smiles now avoided eye contact. because the truth was more unsettling than the murder itself. It wasn't a crime of passion or rage. It was calculation. On a street that prided itself on civility, the most composed man among them had chosen violence over embarrassment. And that scream that broke the morning? It wasn't just Arthur's. It was the sound of Maplewood Street realizing that evil doesn't always look monstrous. Sometimes, it waves at you every day and drinks coffee in your kitchen on a quiet Sunday morning.